Hello, Kaneka, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Um, I have a question because I was watching parts of the videos yesterday.
Yeah, please.
Um, so when you were defining the non-relational database, that it is like an structure, um, can you explain me more? Because I mean, what do you mean by a structure? It's like I see the relational database. I don't know what is an structure because they both have an structure. They have columns. They have, so I don't know.
So, basic difference you want to know, right? What is the basic difference between relational
Yeah, the
data?
basic difference in the definitions.
Okay, see, when we do any entry in the relational database, okay, say there is one student, okay, whose this is serial number, this is the name of the student,
Okay.
the class in which they are studying. Okay, these things are mentioned for a student, say A, and the class is C. Okay, this information is given about a student, single student. Then another student comes there, say name is B and class is D. Okay, so this is the information about second student. Means this is one record, one tuple. This is another tuple of the table. Now, there's third student who comes with another name, say C, and whose class is E. So this is the information about the third student. In this,
Mm-hmm.
we create a table because all the information is like all the information of the people we are considering. They have same information like serial number they have name, and they have class.
Okay.
We can easily fill into a database 1 A C. Second one is name is B and his class is D. Third one is C and E. So where there is a such type of data where all the information about each candidate is same, right? And that can be filled in the form of a table. And there is no column which is not left empty. Getting it?
Yeah, they
Where
have roles.
they don't have a column which say the another name is the location of the person. Maybe there is a column in this table we have created, but everywhere there will be nil placed. Somewhere
Okay.
there will be showing us that this column information is not available with us. Such type of data set which forms such tables, okay, and they provide and relation say this is the primary key, serial number is a primary key of the table, and this primary key is connected to another database and has some relation with that database also. Such type of data where is available, and we can form such type of data set. Those are basically known as relational database. So there is a structure, predefined structure. This is a predefined structure that I want a data set where I need serial number, name, class, and location. Okay. So this
Okay.
fixed schema, fixed design you will make, and then you will put the entries inside the data. Okay. But when we talk about non-relational database, the first thing that we do, first we have taken a record, say serial number is 1, name is A, and class is given. Okay. Second person comes in, whose serial number is given, whose name is given as D, whose class is given as A, and the location is also given. Location is somewhere AJ. Okay. So what happens? There is no particular structure already created in non-relational. As soon as the data comes, first time we will create that, okay, in this data, the serial number is given. In this data, name is given. In this data, class is given. Only that much of table will be formed and the first record will be entered. Like 1, A, B. Okay. As soon as the another data they will read. So they found that the another column has serial number, has name, has class, but new column needs to be added. So then they will add a new column called location. So as soon as the new data comes up, at that time they change the schema or design of the database. Right? So here location is not provided, so they can leave this empty and they can store the information of the location here. Okay, now another person comes 3, D, F, okay, location is empty and some expenses the student has, say X. So now they have sent another data. So they will now make some changes in the data set again. They will add a column of expense. They will leave this column empty, leave this column empty. And in the third one, they will provide this information. So as the new data is coming, they are generating and changing the design of the database. And wherever they don't find any value, they are not inserting any nil value or something, they are leaving that empty. So in such type of database is known as non-relational database. But in relational database, first of all, the design will be ready. Okay, these are the fixed column. No columns can be added now. And if there is an empty place, there will be a value, say nil value or any value you want to enter, there should be a value. This is the basic difference between relational database and non-relational database.
Okay, so the relational database, they have a structure to follow. This is why it's not flexible than
non-relational. That it is a schema. It is based on schema, means it has a pre-design, means design should be there, and this has no schema. Means it is a schema free. As soon as the new data comes up, they will change the schema or the design of the database and add that value. But in relational database, there should be a fixed number of columns or fixed design they should have. Then only they'll take the information. So from this concept, we can relate that which type of data we want to store in relational database and which type of data we want to store in non-relational database. Places where we know that, okay, I have the information about serial number, I have the information about name, and I have the information about the contact details of the student. We know we have all these information, and these information are provided by all the students. These are the required table I want. No more columns need to be added, no more designs to be changed. There we will use relational database. And when we don't know about the data, what type of data is coming. Say sometimes serial number is coming, for first data class is coming, say contact number is coming for the first student. For another student, some new column is adding up into the value. For the fourth student, this another column is adding, where the structure, you can say, where the structure of a database is changing.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And we want to still make a database. There we will use non-relational or no SQL data set. Getting it?
It's Sean. Wait, what do you mean by? Oh, it's changed. Is it?
Sorry. Hello.
Hello. Yes. Wait. What? So you wrote no SQL base structure of a database is changed. You mean it's not? It's like what I see in the non-relational database is that it is more flexible.
Yeah, it is like you don't need to know the previous design or from previously you don't need to know that this is the fixed information. We see, we always know that I want the what type of information I want. I want the serial number. I want to know the name of the person. I want to know the address of the person, and I want to know the contact number. If we know what information we want from a person and it is fixed, then we will use a relational database.
Okay.
Right. This is known as structured database, which has already has a structured data inside it. And we don't know with what type of information we want. Say, some person are saying, I want serial number and name. Then some comes and say, okay, I want the address also. Then someone comes and having the information, say, I want the contact number also. So the design is not fixed. So you can say this is non-structured type of data where structure is not defined.
Got it.
Clear?
Yep, clear.
Any doubt you have now regarding the topic?
Well, no.
Tell you some of things about database types. Okay, then it will be much more clear. So when we talk about databases, so if we talk about types of databases, there are usually three types of databases we consider. One is unstructured, data, structured data, and semi-structured data. So if we talk about the DynamoDB that we are going to study, it is a type of unstructured data, and as well as you will find that any web page or anything that is made an XML file or .json file, they are semi-structured data. Getting it?
Okay, got it.
What these are. So if we particularly talk about unstructured data, okay, it is the information. See, either it should be predefined data. It should either have a predefined data model or not organized. So if any of the data, okay, which is not predefined, means we don't know the information about that data that all the students or information I want from the student is same. Such type of, and which is not organized in a particular fashion, okay, in a particular way, then that type of data is known as unstructured data.
Oh, got it.
See, what happens whenever you search on Google, say, right, best AWS service. Okay, so you are so how Google read it? It will send this best to its server. It will send AWS. It will send service. These three things they will send in the form of unstructured form, and all the information related to the word best, related to word AWS, related to the word services, they will search and provide you the links. So this is a type of unstructured data. Means all the information that they have regarding this, you can say, best AWS services, they will provide you from all the sources they have. So it is done in an unstructured format.
Got it. Okay.
So if you see, what are the example, real-time example if we talk. So see, all the text, okay, that contains data, such as any dates, date numbers, you can say, or you can say emails, email messages, you can say word processing, videos, photos, audio files. Okay, all these are a type of unstructured data. There is no particular structure that this video is to be needed to be formed in this particular fashion. Okay, this video should contain this type of information. Every video can have a different type of information, right?
Okay.
It is not structured in a way. At a time when it is created, it is a real-time creation where we don't know what information has to come. So as the information comes, we keep on adding the or making changes in the structure. So when we are changing the structure of anything as the information is coming, so you can say this is a non-structured type of database, which don't have any structure, and as soon as we add in some information, we will change the structure. See, just imagine there's a garden. Okay, this is a garden. And people have created some restaurant in this garden. So they, what they do, they serve the food on this counter. Okay, and this is the space in which people can come and roam and sit. Okay, and this is a swimming pool here. Okay, so what happens whenever a customer comes, okay, and they ask, I want a table for two near the swimming pool. So because this is a small shop, they don't know how to manage that. So as the requirement of the customer came that I need a table for two aside the swimming pool. So what they do, they have arranged two tables near the, because they have only, say you can say they have only 10 tables, or don't take such strict examples, but as the requirement of the user comes that I need a table near the swimming pool, so this person, what they did, they have changed some settings of the restaurant and provided a table near the swimming pool. Now next customer comes in and they say that I need a table for 4, but because in this garden only tables for 2 are present, so what they did, they have joined the 2 tables together and satisfy the requirement of the next customer. So what is happening? There is no fixed structure inside this restaurant. Okay. And as the requirement comes, they are changing the design. Right? So in this way, what happens, as we are saying that this is the collection of a particular data. This is the file this is the page we are having. And the first customer comes and say, okay, I am having a serial number, I am having a name, and I am having a class. Okay. So these are the details of my, these are my details that I want to fill. Now another customer comes up and say, okay, I have this, what you can say, I have a location, I know my location, I know my address. Okay. So they will create, add new columns. Okay, inside it. Now they know the serial number, they know the name, maybe they don't know the class. So this will be left empty. They will fill some location here, some address here. Now the third customer comes in and say, okay, I have one more thing to add. So the structure of the table is getting changed. You will see a best example is in DynamoDB.
Okay.
Okay. So as the structure of the table is changing, you can say it is an unstructured type of data. Now, if I tell you what is semi-structured, see what happens in semi-structured.
Can you give me examples of like companies that use structure like a relational database? Like I can see that schools they might use an structured database like a relational database because they are always ask for name, student ID, class, and like for every student is the same information that they collect. They might have a relational database compared to or no compared to an agency marketing. Uh, they might use a non-relational database because they always changing. Um,
When we talk about information, see, one information is fixed information, and another is, you can say, changing or not fixed. Okay. So when the
yes.
information is fixed, like I know that if any employee is joining in my company, okay, so I need to know its name, age, contact number, and all those things. So I know this information I need from my, you can say, for my employee. For every employee, I will have the same information. So this type of data is known as structured data.
Okay.
Okay. And now, so at real time, what happening? I'm getting the information that there's an X product in my company. Okay. Who has changed the charges has been changed, or they are charging some new price like $50 they are charging now. What are the previous charges? Okay, say 60 charges. $60 were the previous charges. I know only this much information about one product. Now another product my company has given. Why? I don't know. There is no change in price. The price is same, but I know how many customers have buy this product. Say 20 customers have buy this product. So new column will be added here. Say there is another product my company is selling. There is no change in price. Price is same, $80. Okay. I don't know how many people have bought it, but I know what is the output this product is producing for me. Okay. So new column will be added. So anytime new information which is not already there in our system, or we don't know what information in future we will get, or real time we are generating, such type of problems require a data set where there is a flexibility of changing the structure. There two databases comes in help. One is unstructured data and another is semi-structured data. Okay. Now, if you want to consider them in the form, see, what you were asking was about structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. Now, when we talk about relational databases, okay, in relational databases, what happens? One table is connected with another table. Okay.
Okay.
So when there is a relation between two tables, there we use relational databases. These are known as, see, where there are multiple tables and we want to create the relation between them. Either they are structured, mostly they are structured because we have to make some changes inside them, right? So they can be structured, they can be non-structured, or they can be semi-structured. But inside any table, if there is a connection, if they are related to each other, then they are known as relational databases. Okay, and non-relation comes in help when there is no relation between the tables. The tables, or you can between the databases. Means
Okay, perfect.
there is information about employees of a company. Okay, there is information about the students of a university. There is no relation between these two, but still we want to keep them inside a complete warehouse, right? Their non-relational type of database
Mm,
comes in help.
okay.
Getting it?
Yeah, but I have a question. What about if if I am working with a company that have a relational database and they want to change from relational database to non-relational database? Is that possible?
See, if you consider completely understand this database concept, okay, this is a complete subject database. In that they directly ask you, okay, either you want to create a relational database or non-relational database or no SQL type of database. See, in this relational database, we can do the queries. Means we can work on the queries and we can get the data from multiple tables. Okay, but when we talk about no SQL type of databases, there
Mm-hmm.
can't query with the two different tables. Okay, so there is a problem in see the difference between the basic difference. If you say that if you want to convert this relation to non SQL data set, okay,
Uh-huh.
break this relationship between the two tables which you have created. Okay, so
Okay.
whenever you create a database, like okay, you are creating in MySQL, okay, so they will ask you create a database, say student database you want to create. Inside this database, create a table, say table 1, okay, and
Okay.
then they will ask you to create the columns inside this table. So there is a complete designing you have to do to create a single table. Then one table 1 is ready. Then they will ask you if you want to relate it with table 2. But what is the condition when you want to relate? Here also the primary key should be same, and here also the primary key should be same. If the two tables have same primary key, then it is possible that you can relate the two tables with each other. If the primary keys are not same, you can't connect the two tables. So there's a complete subject about database. Okay. If you want to understand, you have to study that complete system. Okay. But if you talk about your requirement, then they have given RNS and DynamoDB in your system.
RNS.
RNS is the MySQL one, the relational database we have talked about.
Oh, RDS.
See, there is a difference between these two, RDS and RNS. The service provided, okay, by AWS was earlier that was RNS. Now, because it is completely using the RDS, so either of the term you can use, either RNS you can use or either RDS you can use. So because we are considering it a relational database system, that's where we are saying we are using the Amazon service, which is RDS service. And here this DynamoDB is the part of NoSQL or non-relational databases. Getting it?
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, got it.
The topics you are studying, okay, are usually very much specific to the service, AWS service that you are using. But if you will go in depth of these topics, you will understand that each topic, okay, each topic contains that if you want to learn the databases concept, okay, so from you should know very much basics about like what is database, how to create a database, why we are creating this database, what type of information we want to store inside that database, and all those things completely. So I don't think for this exam you need to go into so much depth. Just you want to needs to be clear with the main file, that is Dynamo.
Okay, got it.
Okay, but I'm explaining you the some basic concepts so that it is very much clear to you. So I was where the semi-structured data I'm explaining you. What type of data we call as semi-structured data. Okay, and the last one will be the structured data. What all is under structured data. You are clear with unstructured data? What are unstructured data?
You mean unstructured data?
Unstructured data, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, unstructured data is always used in examples of DynamoDB.
Yeah.
There you
Unstructured data,
feel the
no
power
relation.
of unstructured data.
The semi-structured?
Semi-structured data. So first that it does not hold, not you can say reside in a relational database. Okay, inside any of the relational database, you will never find a semi-structured data. But what you can say that it has some organization between the data. You can say organizational properties that make it easier to analyze. You can analyze it, but it is not meant for storing into a relational database where you can relate with the tables. Such examples are XML files and JSON files. Okay.
Oh, okay.
XML files, they have some organization in which they are meant. Okay. And JSON files also have some structure, but there is no data, no relation between the tables. So it's useless that we structure, because when we talk about relational database, it is very much important that we should know the structure of the data. Because if we will know the structure of one table, then we will able to create the another table regardless of that. Then we have to connect it with the another table. So here the structure should be same. That's why we don't take it in the help of relational databases. And when we talk about structured data, okay, so here you will find a high degree of organization. Means here data is very much organized. Okay.
Okay.
You can say when we talk about relational databases, okay, so we have seen that relational database are simple, okay, and straightforward. Means all the information is given in a very much straightforward manner, or any searching algorithm or such operations can be done easily on a relational database because the structure is limited. Okay, no new is adding, like we don't know when new information comes up and when we have to need to add anything. So all the data that is fixed, that can be stored in a particular table. Okay. and they can be easily, because the data is already predefined, easily store them in a particular structure that we don't need to have changed. And because the structure is same, so it is easy for you to find anything inside the fixed structure, right? Because it happens then that if there is ever changing structure, so it is very much difficult to find a particular thing inside the changing environment. But if the structure is same, so it becomes very much easy to find any of the information from the structure.
Got it. Okay.
These are the three basic types of data set. You can understand that is very much important.
Well, you said that before that it is easier to find information in a structured database, right?
Yeah, it is very much because see,
Because it doesn't, it's just fits. The data is fits with one particular structure, so it is easier to find.
data is not fixed, the structure is fixed.
Oh, okay, the structure is fixed.
Data will be adding on in this structure. Okay, now anybody says that if you want to search something in this much yard of area, okay, and someone says that you want to search something inside an area which is getting larger and larger day by day or minute by minute, which will be easier to find. Obviously, the fixed one will be easier, in which you can easily find any particular thing, right?
Okay.
So it works in like this way. Three concepts should be very much clear. Structured data means that has a fixed structure. Semi-structured data means they are not completely structured, but they are according to the properties every data has. They make it according to their organization. Means where we need it, we will arrange it according to our needs. Okay, and then comes unstructured data, where there is no schema inside it, or there is no particular design or no particular structure we are getting. Getting it?
Okay.
And it is organized. Structure we are getting. So if we compare them, the best example, all the NoSQL data comes in this. So DynamoDB is a good example. Here XML files and JSON files is a good example. And here when we talk, most probably the relational databases or SQL databases, okay, comes into help. Say MySQL. Okay, see what happens, MySQL and all the SQL data sets can't work on real-time data. Say when you want to store the real-time data that someone is typing, there is a user on your site and they are filling some information. As the information is generating, you are storing into your database. This is not possible here because they have already predefined structure. So if we don't have the information, how we will create the structure? But this is possible in NoSQL. Because as soon as the data is generating and we are storing inside our database, so new structure can be formed according to the information.
Perfect.
Getting it?
Yep.
Now is it clear about the differences? Okay, so now if we would start, we have already covered the part of RDS, AWS RDS service. Right. We have seen the example to connect Windows Server with MySQL. Yes, we have seen this lab also.
Yeah. Yeah, for Windows Server.
We have we have created the service in AWS, right? And then we created that MySQL EC2 server with the Windows,
Yes.
and we are running our EC2 instance in our Windows.
Yes.
That part just go and review today, and let me know again if you have any issue.
Got it.
Now it's turn that we start with when we dealt with this, the relational data part is finished. Only this much part they ask for the relational database from you. Okay?
I have a question.
Yep.
I know we did like Windows Server. Do they have Linux?
Yeah,
Server?
they have Linux server too. You can similarly
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, okay.
in Linux server also. Means if you want me, I will explain you the lab of Linux server also. Linux server with MySQL.
Okay, got it.
So if you want, just let me know. I'll give you the lab of Linux server also. I thought
Yeah,
you are having my Windows, so it will be very much easy for you to implement. But
okay, but it's not that difficult, right? For the Linux server.
things are similar. What we are doing, we are running our AWS service, or you can say we have created a computer or a machine. You can see we have created a machine. Just let me create the screen first and make you explain. See, you have created a machine on AWS, okay, where MySQL is running. Getting this? Now you want to run this AWS MySQL into your own machine, own computer. So what you're doing, you are asking MySQL that please provide me all the resources like the CPU, the RAM and everything so that I can implement it on my personal computer. So either it will be Windows server, either it is Linux server or any other operating system. But because here we have selected inside this machine, we have selected that we have taken Windows as the T2 microservice. That's why we are able to connect it with Windows server. If you select the machine as Linux, then it will connect with the Linux server. So the machine here you will create inside this AWS cloud. See, it's a cloud. You can imagine it like this. It's a cloud providing you different machines. So instead of buying from and spending money on hardware, you can see they are providing you Windows, they are providing you Linux and multiple Unix operating system, multiple operating systems they are providing you. Now what you did, instead of running this machine here, you have taken into your personal space, into your computer, and you are just running it on your machine, your computer. That's the thing we have done.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I want to do the Linux.
Yeah, okay. In the next class, I'll cover the part of Linux also. No issue.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's start with today's topic. That is just a minute. DynamoDB. Okay. Now, few things you need to understand about DynamoDB is that you're very much familiar with. Okay. First thing, that is it is a no SQL type of database. This is very much clear.
Yes.
No doubt in this part.
No, no doubt.
Now see how DynamoDB creates the data inside it. So say there's a person whose roll number is given. Say one roll number. Whose name is given. Say Kanika. Whose class is given. BTech. Whose age is given. 22. Okay, this is the data of a student, particular student, right? Then our next student comes. Okay, and they want they have their own data. Say roll number equals to 30. Name. Branch. EC doubly, and you can say some fax code is given. Fax code, say 30500. Okay, this information is given. Now another student comes up whose roll number is given, whose hobby is given, whose location is given. Okay, so now there are three students, you can say. Three records we have. First record, second record, and the third record. Now we want to store this information inside a data set, and we have to create a data set which can hold this information. Getting it?
Uh-huh.
So what happens? First of all, we have to create a database which is able to hold all these informations. So one thing which is very much clear that we can make insights from the data set is that here they have different columns, different information, right? So there cannot be a fixed structure.
Okay.
So in such cases, we use NoSQL type of database. Getting it? And because using AWS, that's why we are using DynamoDB here. Clear?
Yes.
So now some concepts about DynamoDB, basic concepts that you should know while you study DynamoDB. So, first of all, what is DynamoDB? Okay, so DynamoDB is a type of NoSQL type of data structure, or you can say NoSQL type of database, which is used to store the information, right? What it allows? It allows low latency read or write. Now latency means the time taken. See what happens whenever you access anything, any server or any website. The time taken to load this website is known as the latency time. Getting it?
Yep. Low latency. Okay.
Okay. So the time. So whenever you access any data inside the DynamoDB, it is very much fast and easy to read and write inside DynamoDB. Getting it?
Yes.
And the items that you can write between this DynamoDB, okay, are very much good capacity you can write, right? You can write from one, you can say from 1 byte to 40 400 KB, you can write the data inside the file. So I've shown you that there is a multiple data, roll number is there, name is there, some more information is there. So this is one item. Another item is another person's detail. Another item is another person's detail. So this detail of one item you can use from 1 byte to 400 KB. But if you want to increase the number of items here, there is no limit. Getting it?
Yes. I have a question.
Yeah.
The low latency means the speed, high speed of accessing the data.
It's very much easy. As soon as you want to read and write the data, you can easily access the website without easily excite the database without any loading time, without any lagging behind of the time or anything.
Okay, got it.
Now question arises that they will ask you that inside DynamoDB, can we store 400 KB, more than 400 KB or not? So when we talk about specifically talking about DynamoDB, so this is the access limit that you can store 400 KB. But if you want to store more amount of items inside the data set in the DynamoDB, what you can do, you can store the data inside the S3 bucket and you can link the pointer, okay, to the DynamoDB server. So the information inside the S3 bucket will be added to the DynamoDB memory using the S3 bucket pointer. Okay?
Okay.
See, when we talk about DynamoDB, one thing is very much important. DynamoDB stores data indexed by a primary key. So whenever you're creating an item inside the inside a DynamoDB, okay, so there should be a particular primary key which is unique, say roll number. This should be unique so that you can uniquely identify this record, this particular record. Another record you should have, say this is the employee name or employee something, employee number. So there should be a primary key which uniquely identifies the index inside a DynamoDB. Getting it? So whenever you create a table, at the time of creating the table, inside DynamoDB, you can at that time assign the primary key. That's the best way.
Okay.
So
got it.
if every index, every individual index has a primary key, this is having a primary key, this will have a primary key, the another record will have a primary key. So why we are creating this primary key? So that every time we can identify using this primary key that which type of data or which information is stored inside this data. So we are using the primary keys so that it can uniquely identify each item in the table. Getting this?
Yeah. So they just look for the primary key or the value.
Sorry?
The primary key. What do you mean by primary key? It's like
the unique key I told you, no? The unique key that specifically identifies a person.
Oh, okay. Got
Okay.
it.
Similar way, every record should have a unique key that directly identifies your record. Okay.
Like, for example, ID.
Yeah, I yesterday told you, no, that whenever we talk about any particular row, particular column, okay, in
Okay.
every person there should be a, see, whenever you go into a bank, I give an example of bank, right? Whenever you go into bank, how they will identify you, who are you? Because of your account number,
Yes.
right? So this account number is your primary key,
Oh, got
which
it.
belongs to you, and based on this you are being identified.
Okay.
Is that clear now?
Yep.
So when we talk specifically about DynamoDB, the only requirement you can say attribute, only required attribute for any item in a table is the primary key. Otherwise, you can keep anything inside your item. Only primary key is the only attribute that there should be mentioned inside the DynamoDB item. Okay, so we have created some details about the student. This is one item, roll number, some more information. Another item, this is item number 1, item number 2. Okay, here is employability something. Third, so in every index, or you can say in every item, this is one item, this is another item, this is another item. Only one thing is compulsory that you should have. You should always have a primary key. You should have
Perfect.
here, here also, and here also.
Okay.
Getting it?
Yep.
See, one thing about DynamoDB, you already know that it is schemaless, which means that neither the attributes matlab column, means column, okay, attributes nor their data type, what type of data you are filling inside them, needs to be predefined or beforehand. You should know. There is no requirement that you should know it beforehand or you should already know. Getting it?
Yep.
And the last thing in DynamoDB, that each item, each single item can have its own distinct attribute or column. Which means that if you are entering any of the new information, they can have their own new column and we can add that into the structure of the DynamoDB. Getting it? So each item can have a new distinct or their own distinct items. Clear?
Okay, perfect.
Now, when now we come into the core. See, this was the basic part of DynamoDB. This is clear. Any doubt in this?
Yeah, means everything is clear. No questions for now.
So there is a concept in DynamoDB which is very much important, and many of the questions are asked from this topic. read capacity unit. Now, what is read capacity unit? Inside read capacity unit, two things comes into account. One is strongly consistent and another is eventually consistent. Now, when we talk about this type of concepts, okay, so what is, first of all, read capacity unit? See how much, what is the capacity of the reading? Means how much they can read in one byte. So when we say read capacity unit, so if we say we are taking one read capacity unit, means you can read 4 KB of data at a time. Getting it?
Got it.
So if you are choosing this option of reading one read capacity unit, means you want to read only 4 KB of data at a time, then you are choosing the option of strongly consistent. And if you want to read the data of 2 RCU, means 2 read capacity unit, means you want to read a data of 8 KB per second. Here it's means in 1 second you are reading 4 KB of data. Here you are using 8 KB of data in 4 seconds in a single second. Then you are choosing eventually consistent type of data type, read capacity unit. Okay, now what's the difference? Now the biggest difference when we talk about strongly consistent is that as soon as you are writing the data inside your database, okay, and recently what you did, this is the last data you are writing, this is the last data you have entered inside your database. Now suddenly you want to read this data. Okay, so what is when we talk about eventually strongly consistent do? Okay, they will stop at this stage and either they are the data you have written here, either it processes or not processes, or either it is saved or not saved inside the file. They will give you the data to read from the data that is already saved with them. So what they do, as soon as you ask that you want to read the data from the database, then they will stop there and the data which is already saved by them, they will give you that data for the reading purpose. Getting it? And
Got it.
when it comes to eventually consistent, okay, so you are writing some data inside this database and this is the last data you have written. Now you ask that I want to read the data. So what they will do, they will stop there and first complete the process of saving this data. Once it is saved, then they will give you the complete data for reading. Is it clear?
Yep. Yep, everything is.
Everything is clear?
Uh-huh.
So this becomes very much slow because they will stop and complete the processing, and this is very much fast if you consider it. Now, what type of questions they ask you in the exam? Like say, you want to read Okay, 5 KB of data per second. So how much RCU you will require? Okay, so we know that one RCU reads 4 KB of data. Okay, require 2 RCU so that we can read 5 KB of data.
Yes. Okay, got it.
Okay, I am trying to tell you that maybe you want to only read 4.5 KB of data. Still, you need to take 2 RCUs.
2 RCU.
Because they work in particular order of 4, in the multiples of 4. Getting it? Means
Got it.
RCU is giving you 4 KB. Now you want to read 5 KB of data. Then also you require additional 4 plus 1 KB it becomes. Okay. So from 4 it is using 1 RCU, and for 1 it is now starting the another RCU. So totaling you need 2 RCUs. Is this clear? The RCU concept?
Yeah, I have a question. It's like the data that Dynamo receives. The DynamoDB reads the data.
See,
right?
first of all, what happens whenever you insert something inside this data? See, this is an empty database. First of all, you have to come and write the data inside it. Once you have written, then you have to ask that I want to read this data. Then they will show you what all data you have inside this database. So what DynamoDB is doing, they are just giving you an empty space to store the data. So first of all, you will come and write the data. Then when you want to read it, you can read it. So read and write. 2 processes are there. In every database, it is like this. Okay?
Okay.
So now I'll explain the concepts in the theoretical part so that you're very much clear, and it will be a revision type.
Because I mean, I was confused about who is reading the data. So DynamoDB is reading the data because I mean the word read is like I read a book, but who is reading? Like DynamoDB is reading or me is reading the data. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm getting it. See, this is a empty paper. This is the user. Okay?
Okay.
So what you are doing, or you can say not paper, or you can say the Word document inside your computer. Microsoft Word we have. Okay? So the writer is writing user is writing something on this Word document. Okay? Now what happens? This machine in which we are writing the data, they will save the file. Okay, so for saving the file, this will read the data. So if you say there's a page given, okay, normal page, on that 1,000 words are written. And I told you that you have to read the page. And then I will say, okay, this person has a capacity of reading 50 words at a time. In a second, you can see 50 words you can read in a second. Okay. Similarly, whenever we ask DynamoDB that I want some data, so what they do, they will read first 40 KBs of data for you and give you as the output. So if you are asking that I want to set the RCU as 1, so at one time they will provide you the output of 40 KB. If you will increase this RCU, they will increase the reading speed of there, and they will provide you the output of 2 KB of
okay.
Sorry, not 40, 4 KB of data. They will provide you the 8 KB of data.
Uh-huh.
Clear?
Yeah.
So whenever you provide anything to the computer, so they will, this RCU is the capacity that how fast the DynamoDB is processing the data. Say,
Oh, processing.
this
Okay,
is
yeah,
your
yeah.
keyboard. Okay, this is the CPU and this is the output screen. Output, processor, processing and input. So at a time, you are inputting 100 words inside your computer CPU. But your CPU capacity is to read 50 words in one go. So what they will do? First, you are writing 100 words, but they will convert only first 50 words in 1 second and provide as output 50 words to you. Okay. Then in the next second, they will read another 50 words and then you will give the output. So this is the reading capacity of your CPU. How fast it can read and interpret the information and provide you with the information. You have inserted 100 words, but the capacity of your CPU is to read only 50 words, so they will provide you with the output or the information of only 50 words. Getting it?
Uh-huh.
DynamoDB also works. You are providing the data of 5000 KB. But you have given that DynamoDB that you have to read at the speed of 1 RCU. So it will only provide 4 KB of data at a time as an output to us. Getting it?
Yep.
So this reading capacity is the capacity of the processor. Like how fast, see what happens if you talk about brain. This CPU is like a brain of the computer.
Yes.
So if your teacher is providing you with the information of 100%, say I am teaching you here 100% of information I am providing to you. But the capacity of your brain is to inform only 40% at a time. So
got it.
percent of information will be there in your brain. Other 60% will be there in the brain in the subconscious mind. At the output level, only 40% you are able to read. Or you can able to. It is like this. Getting it?
Uh-huh. Okay, got it.
Now some theoretical part about DynamoDB. So we are talking about DynamoDB read capacity unit. So I have told you that one read capacity unit represents one strongly consistent read per second, right? Or you can say two eventually consistent read per second. For each item whose size is 4 KB, right? So if we talk about one RCU, it is able to read only 4 KB of data. Getting it?
Got it.
Another concept, if you need to read an item You're clear with the term item I'm talking about? I'm talking about particular record or particular information of an individual person. Get
Yes.
read an item
Item.
that is larger than 4 KB Dynamo DB will need to consume additional RC. This is very much clear.
Yep.
The next, you are writing it. You are making the notes.
No. I'm not writing today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the video.
Okay. Great. So the total number of RCU that is required depends on the item size. Okay. So it depends
Got it.
on item size that how many RCU you will require. Getting
Okay.
it?
Yep.
And whether you want and eventually consistent or strongly consistent read. Okay, any doubt?
No. Yes, everything is clear.
So this is all about RC.
RCU.
RCU is clear, reading capacity unit.
Yep.
Now the another part comes in, that is write capacity unit, that is WCU in short. So you can say 1 WCU, say 1 write per second. And it is 1 KB. Okay? 1 size. So we can say 1 WCU is equals to 1 KB per second. Clear?
Yep.
Next,
Every
if you
1 second.
1 KB, they will say, okay?
KB.
There 4 KB, now this is 1 KB. If you need to write an item with, sorry, if you want to write an item that is larger than 1 KB, then DynamoDB will need to consume additional WCU. This is similar as that.
Yep.
So last, that total number of write capacity, you can say write capacity that is required will depend on what? Item size. It will depend. How much you want to read, how much items you want to read, what is the size of item. So both are clear, RCU and WCU.
Yeah.
Now, if you compare RCU and WCU, which one is faster?
RCU
RCU is faster because it is reading 4 KB
per second.
and it is writing 1 KB per second. So when we talk about in the context of DynamoDB, what we can conclude that in DynamoDB, reading is much faster than writing. Getting it?
Yep.
Any confusion you have between the two?
No. I mean, everything is clear.
So now the last part, that is the pricing part is left. So anything you have learned about DynamoDB that I have not included, please let me know. Because you use DynamoDB, no? Any new thing you know that we have not covered?
I know that the Lambda and DynamoDB works together. Oh, they can work together, right?
See, any two services can work together. Inside AWS, it depends on the application or the type of users you want. With DynamoDB, SNS can also work. SQS also works for sending the messages. Many things can work together. See, what happens when you are designing a organization, okay, or you are designing any program, you need multiple services to design a complete organization.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
You need an accounts department. You need a messaging department. You need a managing department. You need a technical department. You need some staff to work for you. So it is always the combination of multiple people or multiple services that makes a complete application or complete organization. Clear?
Yep.
So it is not like that if you if AWS people will restrict the services with that you can use this service with this and you can use this service with this. So the flexibility of services,
Okay.
and the work they are doing will reduce.
Okay, got it. I'm totally new. I'm in DynamoDB. I'm very new.
No, actually, what happens sometimes that when we learn something new, okay, maybe some things you have in your head regarding DynamoDB. So I'm just asking that whenever you have used DynamoDB or you have worked with DynamoDB, is there any confusion till here left in your mind that is not clear about DynamoDB? I'm just asking that. Any use there and that concept is not yet clear after my, see, let me just complete the pricing part also, then we will discuss this.
Okay.
Till then, you can just recall like anything you want to ask me regarding the DynamoDB concepts.
Mhm.
The main aim is that to clear all your doubts regarding the services and make it very much comfortable to you to deal with these services in future. So
Okay.
DynamoDB reads are cheaper, I told you. Then writes when using specifically DynamoDB. Clear?
Okay. Yes.
So now this you will pay for.
So I have to pay for each
Okay.
read and write.
So for you have to pay for each table you are creating that are provisioned read or write throughput. On the basis of hourly. So how much you are reading, how much you are writing on the hourly basis. Okay. On the basis of that, they will charge you first of all. Then you are charged for provisional throughput regardless you use it or not. So whenever you create a DynamoDB concept, okay, they give you provisional throughput, means for the provisional output concepts, they provide you some space and memory for creating the database. So either you use that space or you don't use that space. They will, as soon as you create a database inside the DynamoDB, they will start charging them on the basis of hourly basis. Okay.
Wow.
Another thing is,
Just to have the data over there, like as soon as
if
I
you
have
don't
my
have the
table.
data, see, you
Huh?
in their space, they are allocating you some space. Now, if you use
Okay.
it or not use it, they will charge for that. Getting it?
Wow. How much?
Like it's like you are buying a house, okay,
Hmm.
one else land. Now, if you are living there or not living there, you have to pay the rent. It's like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, another thing they charge for is indexed data storage. So when you create any DynamoDB database, so they create some index for you. They create a content, or you can say index. Inside they maintain that in first record, in first index what you have, in second index what you have. So for creating this index, as soon you start creating your database and filling the data inside this indexes, they will create an index for you. So they will charge for that index also.
Mhm.
And they will charge for internet data transfer. How much transfer you have done on using internet? Getting it? Either if
Got it.
it's across the internet or within the services.
Okay.
Okay. Then they will, if you're creating a free tier account, Okay, across all the tables means all the tables that you are creating is under the free tier account. Okay, so it provides 25 read capacity. Free, they provide 25 free read capacity units to you. So I told you that if we are dealing with, okay, 4 KB, 1 RCU makes 4 KB, right? So 25 will make, I think so, 2, the 10, 11. So it will make, I think so, 100 KBs of data you can generate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, so it depends on you that if you're reading the capacity units under free tier, so you can read 100 KB of data, and similarly they will provide you 25 WCU. Okay,
Okay.
basis of per month. For 1 month they provide you this. Okay, so then if you are there providing you 25 CU means 25 KB data you can read, you can write inside the DynamoDB under the account you are taking as free tier. For a particular single month, you can do this.
Got it.
So, next thing, what DynamoDB do? $10,000 WCU, okay, per second, and 10,000 RCU per second, okay, for a single table, for per table. They give you, so if you want to work in a single table, okay, so they will provide you 10,000 WCU per second and 10,000 WCU for a single table if you're working. Okay, and I told you this is default. If you want to increase it, you can increase it, but generally when for all the persons who are taking the free trial version, they will provide you with this. Okay, now one
Okay.
very much important, DynamoDB limits. What are the limits of the DynamoDB? So inside DynamoDB, you can create 256 tables per account. And per region. Okay, so if you have your account, inside that only 256 tables you can create at a time, and
Mm-hmm.
inside a single region you are using.
Okay.
And
250.
there is no limit on the size of any tables. Means size of the table you can take as much as you want. Like I told you, 4 KB was the size of one item, right? And inside the table there are already items and items. Okay, so there is no limit how much large the table you create. What is the size of the table? There is a size
Got it.
item that is 4 KB, and such tables you can create only 256 per account. And if you want to increase this item also, item size, then you can use the S3 bucket and then you can point it to the DynamoDB. You can like to add a pointer here that this S3 buckets is related to this table. So this space can also be increased. So that's all about DynamoDB theoretical part. Now, if you have any issue regarding DynamoDB.
Well, that's it. I mean, I just understand the limits, but no limits I on any table. Everything is clear.
See, now just tell me what you have done on DynamoDB till yet.
I haven't done anything. DynamoDB. I mean, I'm like hands-on experience in EC2, PPC, but not in Dynamo, not in Lambda. This is like nothing. Like I'm learning something new.
Okay, so
But I'm native.
Just tell me in EC2 what you have done on hands-on parts.
Creating EC2s, connecting like not instances, not gateway, security groups to connect with
regarding any purpose or see, the reason is not what you are using. The reason is why you are using it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
why you have used EC2
because I'm not
microphone.
Okay, because I don't have a company. So because I'm just practicing in the console, but I don't know what to expect when I get work to work.
Yeah, just try to understand the basic rules when we talk about practical life. Okay, whenever we do any practical implementation of anything, say this EC2 service you are using, or anything like Word document also you use, right? So you know what you have to write. You have to, first requirement is that you want to write something in your laptop, right? And that is in the form of text. Okay, and you want to use your keyboard for writing that, right? So then we will search, is there any application that allows me to write a text using the keyboard into my laptop? Then you search for either Notepad or any like say Word document, right? You require it, that's why you are using, no? So that same thing apply to all the concepts when we apply. See, theoretical part is like you just go and read and learn. This is theory. Means you know everything about Word document. What is Word document? Microsoft Word, you know what is Microsoft Word. But when you have to use this Microsoft Word, you should have a text to write inside this, right? When it is not required to you, why will you use this? The information behind it that, okay, if I am writing this word as Kanika. Okay, I know how to make it bold using the bold option. I know how to make it italic. Right? I know how to change the color of this text. But when there is no practical use, you are just practicing on this tool without any aim. So you will only be able to explore the minimalist features that are related to this service. Similarly, when you are using EC2, what you are doing, you are just creating an EC2 instance. You are adding the gateways to it. Okay. Adding a security group, or you can say you are using VPC. You are enabling EBS into it. So it is better whenever you practice anything on any practical tool or any, if you're using AWS cloud. First of all, if you don't have any requirement with you, go on Google and ask for any problem. Okay, that can be solved using AWS EC2 instance.
Okay, like what? Like which one?
So what they will give you, they will tell you why EC2 instance is used. So when you will know why it is used, then comes how to use it. First,
The thing is that I was taking, Udemy.
Udemy, yeah.
Yeah, I took like two full courses of AWS Solution Architect. It's like for, I don't know, 15, 16 hours each. So because this is like my first time, so I'm following the lessons. I used to go to YouTube to see how they use it. I know that that's like when I get to the field, like the company, I mean, maybe that's gonna be like a different experience. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know how to create a game architecture.
See,
I know they use EC2, but I don't know how to start.
actually, what happens whenever we learn new thing, new skill you are learning, okay? First of all, try to find an mentor for you who know how to deal with the concept of this skill, right? Because they have gone through the experience you are now going through.
Okay.
So they know what mistakes you are doing, because see, you have limited time to clear that exam, right? So
Mm.
instead of doing the similar basic mistakes, it is better that someone is there to guide you regarding those mistakes and helps you to enhance your speed of learning, right?
Okay.
What happens with Udemy courses and Internshala courses, Coursera, EDX courses, they provide you with the concept of theory, right? They told you, okay, how to use something. I told you now how to use something. But eventually, if you want to learn into depth of anything, okay, if you are clearing your AWS associate exam, okay, then what you are going to do? Okay, you are going to work on this EC2 EBS services to enhance them. There they will give you the problems. Like, this is a problem. Now tell me, I want to solve this using EC2. How should I use the EC2 regard to solve this problem? Right? So you should
Mhm.
know why EC2 is used. If you will not know why EC2 why EBS is used, then you will never be able to select the best service that is required to solve that problem. So it's your first time when you are learning any technical subject, but there is a basic thing that I want to tell you regarding theory. Maybe I told you earlier also, regarding theory and practical. Okay, theory is how to use things basically, and practical world needs why I need to use this theory inside the real world.
Okay.
Much clear what you would see. Learning is okay, learning things, cramming things, reading books is okay, but when you are entering to a real time world, so you should be able to solve real time problems, or real time or real life problems, using your skill. Like, you are learning AWS cloud, so what is the use of AWS cloud in real time problems? Okay,
This is
real
this is
time
why I'm
problem can
having
be
you.
EC2 can be solved.
You're gonna you're gonna guide me. This is why you guide me. So you are my mentor, right?
Yes, I'm just
So you
very much clear in your head. Okay.
yeah.
Instead
Uh-huh.
of, see, there is so much theoretical concepts that you can cram. But when it comes to the implementation to real time world, solving real time informations, real lifetime problems, okay, you should know what is the requirement of AWS cloud in this world. Earlier also computers were there. Earlier also people are working fine with the laptops and everything. Why does this AWS cloud concept becoming so famous? What is the need of this in this real time? What is the need of EC2 service? Why people is using them? Why we
We
are
don't have to buy one of the things that you said that that you users, they don't have to buy expensive software.
yeah,
So
what EC2
yeah.
is providing you? They are providing you the virtual computer. So what happens now? You don't have to buy your particular hard drive, high RAM you don't want. You don't need any storage things. Okay. Buy them in the form of hardware, they will cost you as high. But what AWS is telling that okay, you want 10 GB of pen drive, okay, I am providing you, and you have to pay only for that time, the time you want to use it.
Okay.
It's like a rent we are paying. So if you want to ride a bicycle, okay, if you want to ride a bicycle, one condition is you buy a new bicycle and use it to ride it. One option is you go to a bicycle vendor, you say, okay, for 1 hour, I require your bicycle. You ride the bicycle and then again return this to the bicycle vendor, and they will charge you for 1 hour. So, which is more efficient? Here, the hardware cost is required, like all the time, you have to, this is one time payment, you can say, but the maintenance is high. Here, you have to only use the service, and then after your work is done, you can just leave this service, and you have to charge only for the time you have used it. So this is the difference why this AWS has come into account. Okay.
Got it. Oh, so because I mean, I have been, you know, traveling or now by using the management console and the the configuration, but I think I might need like from you the EC2 class, right? Because I already took it from other tutors, but I feel that you can teach better the theoretical part.
You
The
have to tell
EC2.
me what things you need to study, what topics you are willing to study, and what things you already know. See, because it depends on the prerequisite you know. I thought you are from the technical background. So this database concepts and those things are already being pre-covered in the technical part. Just I thought it will be very much technical classes, but you are very much new to database concepts. So you should have
Yeah,
strong knowledge of database. Then only it is easy for you to understand what AWS, RDS, DynamoDB, these things are doing.
yeah, and one of the things that made me like understand a little bit more faster, is that I took like some basic courses in about data scientists. So they talk about like, I think they talk about like database. So I just kind of relay the previous knowledge to what you were explaining about databases. But I think that we can include in the topics, we can include, because I know like EC2, but
For ML,
I don't know what I'm missing.
for machine learning and data science. Okay.
Yeah.
AW has one service called SageMaker. What you can do, you can implement all your machine learning data science models on the SageMaker. Instead of doing it on Jupyter or any other console Anaconda, you can perform on that. You can use
Yeah.
SageMaker.
Okay, cool.
So you have to see, I told you that if it is possible for you, you can provide me with the syllabus, that what syllabus you are following for your exam. So it will
Oh
be
yeah.
for me
Uh-huh.
to guide you with the paper also. Because what I felt, that when you are preparing for a particular paper, okay, you should strictly focus on the syllabus they are providing you. Okay, you don't have to roam here and there for all the information. Instead of that, you should stick with the syllabus. So if we have a particular topics with us, so that we can practice them and you can easily crack your AWS paper.
Yeah. You know, the topics that I told you is that's in the that's those are the topics that I need more.
See,
I
I
mean,
issue regarding the
yeah,
topics I'm explaining you. Okay, but I want to make it very much clear in your head that if you don't know the basics about the services, why you are using it, then just I'll come to you and simply tell you that, okay, go on this button, click on this button, select this button.
that's the easiest part, right?
Then there is no use, like why you are learning, and this will be.
And and I like the fact that you use like the phrase that solution architect is like they that we have to be creators. Like
Yes, you
Amazon
have to create
were
new things,
created.
and new things can only be created when you have a very much history behind you. If you don't know what already has been done and now what problem those things already have, okay, some person has built this box, okay, if you will not study this box completely, okay, and know each part of this box, then you will never be able to detect the fault inside this box. And if you're not able to detect this fault, you will never be able to create something any new. So what AWS people has created, this is a box of AWS. Now, as
Mhm.
the associated engineer or service engineer, you have to maintain this box. But if you're not clear with the each and every part of this box, how you will detect some problem or any problems in future comes in, say any failure happens in EC2 service or anything, then you will not know how to solve it because you don't know how it is made.
It is, yeah, and this is part of the theoretical. Yeah, I mean, this is the theoretical part
Yes, you
that I
should
have to
know
know.
why it is made, how it is made. Because nowadays the whole world is running behind this. Means earlier some people have made this something. Say someone had made the bicycle. Okay.
Mm.
What people are doing, they are separating the each and every part and learning why this part is connected to this part is connected to this part is connected to this, and why this formed to a bicycle. And now, if they are able to separate all these parts individually, like say this is that one tire of the bicycle, this is the handle of the bicycle, this is the seat of the bicycle, another part. So using these, they can create new things also. Okay.
That's great.
So it's
So, so in my case, I mean, because I have like a basic understanding of many services such as like Amazon VPC and Amazon Route 53, but I want to know like the details, like every part. So I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So we can review everything.
okay. So just give me the information, like what topics you want to learn and
Um,
this you have
it's
regarding your paper, then only I'll be able to help you. But because it will be a blind spot for me if I'll take that
yeah, I know.
to me.
Um, so BPC, so Amazon BPC, Route 53.
Okay, just write this on a WhatsApp
Yeah,
chat so that I can
okay,
have a document.
got it. So
It will be very much helpful for me to teach you in that pattern, and we can connect with each and every service. Okay.
yep.
So
Uh,
now,
eh,
if we talk, the demo of DynamoDB is left. So it will take another 1 hour. Okay. So we will have everything. Okay, you are writing inside this chat. Okay, EC2, Amazon VPC. And now let me take a picture of it.
Clove. Clove. Just give me one moment. I'm writing.
Yeah, just write everything and then we can have a discussion.
Do I have to be a little bit more specific about the block and file storage?
Okay, see what happens. There is different storage services when we talk about. Can you share your screen with me regarding the AWS account so that I'll tell you there what all things we need to cover if we talk about block and file storage part.
Let me see. Oh, because I'm getting this information from the classes that I was taking in Udemy that I review, but I need more practical. Let me see.
Like what you have studied in those Udemy classes, just let me know once so that I can have a knowledge that how much you are aware of the topics.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay, just a minute. Yeah, now you can share your screen.
Oh, you can see. Okay, so this is a new course I started like 2 months ago. So I just review it like one more time. Like
Like
it's
just
two
tell me
the one that I
each
missed.
and every topics. Okay, just let me tell. Just go on the introduction part. Okay, just show me what they are telling you. Like, okay. Okay, it's a guide to the exam. Okay. Then what they have? Okay, they have a course download, right? Just send me this course you have downloaded. The fifth point.
The what? The what?
The
Can
last
you
one,
repeat that?
course download. The last one, yeah.
Okay.
So that we can have a complete course in hands.
That's what they have.
Okay, course downloads. In this, they have CSSA course slides. Just download all the 3 things, okay, and send me on WhatsApp. Okay, that will help us a lot.
Okay, so I will send you all these things.
Yeah, just send me all those things. That will be helpful for us. Download each and every and send me.
But yeah, I want to make it clear. I mean, I don't just like there are like things that not in everything that I have to review, but like there are like just things that I'm not clear. So like if I can tell you the topic that I'm not that clear because I know it by heart, I can show you right now. This is okay. So this is like I have to review this like EBS and EFS like theory part, the theory part, and the containers, the ECS, ECS cluster. But we are reviewing the serverless, but the API, you know what I mean, like API. The database is like we are reviewing right now. Aurora database. Elastic Cache, Redis or Redshift. For the analytics, Kinesis. Have a basic knowledge, but not that much. Athena, the application. We review the SQS, yes. We don't need that. CloudFormation. This one I have to improve. Monitoring, logging, and auditing. Has to do with CloudWatch logs, CloudTrail, AWS Comfy. And for security, identity, and compliance, Cognito, then WAF. This is like a firewall. And just the migration and transfer services. And that's it.
Okay, can you send me the content of this course, like course content? If you can send me the topics you have.
Okay.
Content, right? Where the topics.
Because the course download, yeah. Let me. Can I write it to you on WhatsApp?
Yeah, that will be very much grateful for you. That you write me all the topics that you want to learn.
Okay.
With all the detailings that you want. So it will be very much clear, no, that these topics you are willing to learn. Then we can directly focus on those topics. Okay.
Okay, great.
First, we will complete, I think so, the topics you have already mentioned me. Okay, so the topics that you have mentioned. Okay, SQS we have completed, SNS we have completed, database last class is left. Then we have to start with serverless, such as API gateways and Lambda function. Then security, identity, and compliances, migration and transfer services. Okay. First, we will complete these topics. Then if you want extra topics, then let me know. Okay.
Okay, so do I send you the topics that I want to learn through
Yeah,
WhatsApp
please.
right now?
Yeah, please
Okay.
send me those topics as well as the content of the course you are following. Okay, because we need to work according to it. Okay, so that we don't
Okay.
have topic or extra we will learn. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, thank you for this class. And tomorrow you're not taking any class, right? Saturday?
No, no, Sunday. I have a question. So how many hours do you think it's gonna be for to cover all the topics?
See, I can't tell right now because let's complete the topics that we have already
Okay,
mentioned. Okay.
got it.
Then we will check how much time we require.
Okay,
Okay.
got it. Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, on Saturday, no class. Then we'll meet on Sunday. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Take care.